Oh, we're at Carrieville State Forest Campground near Luther in Baldwin, Michigan. Real excited about this campground and this trip. What do you think, Tina?
The ATV trails go right through the campground. As we were driving around, scoping out a place for our site to set up, we could see the trails going through the campground. We're really excited to get our quads out and ride.
So typically now we'll circle the campground a few times. Let's find a site that we want to pick. There's, we believe, about 4 loops, very wooded. Beautiful sites from what we can see so far. Time to go pick our site, pay, and get it all set up.
Come on, let's go.
Sometimes it feels good to just get away from it all. Reset your inner core batteries with a trip to Mother Nature. On this off-road Michigan camping trip, we stay at Carrieville State Forest Campground in the luxurious RBM Octopus Inflatable Tent. Let's take a quick overhead view of the campground. We stop at Club 37 restaurant right off the trail system, which offers some great food. Let's not forget about Loggers Landing Restaurant and Bar, along with visiting the town of Luther, Michigan.
Welcome to Luther. Let's go have breakfast at Loggers Landing.
We also visited Baldwin to do a little souvenir shopping. Let's ride the little O ATV trail. Get a little muddy after a good rain. Just think about it. All of this riding is right from our campsite, from this connection to the trails right from the campground. This is one adventure you won't want to miss. Let's drop in on Dirty Jack and the Dusty Bean.
Here's the typical campground registration station, pay. They always want you to pay before you set up camp, so we're getting ready to do that. After circling around the campground a few times, there's site 12 and site 13. We decided to take site 13.
It was quite the dilemma. They're both great sites. They're both big. This one is a little bit more private.
But absolutely beautiful campground. What a beautiful start.
Can't wait. Let's get set up.
So something we've been doing a lot. We have the Octopus RBM Inflatable tent today. We like to time it.
We just staked it down. I'm going to turn it on. On your mark, get set, go.
All right, we'll time it, see how long it takes. While this is filling, we did stake it down real quick. Usually takes about 6 to 7 minutes. We'll carry everything and put it on what we call our foyer, the tarp out front of the door, and we'll have everything from our car ready to go in our tent, and the tent will be set. So all of that happens with staking and everything and within 10 minutes. Can't beat that.
We are at 4 minutes and 20 seconds. It's getting pretty far. We've got most of the stuff that's got to go in it. It's in our little foyer. Looking good. It is at 6 pounds. We're looking for 6.5. And we're at almost 7 minutes. 7 minutes and 3-ish seconds, calling it. And it's at 6.5 pounds. Tent pretty much sets itself up. We went to Home Depot and bought a big 16 by 12 foot piece of rug. It's outdoor type of rug. It was the widest they had was 12 feet. We wanted a 16 by 16, but we laid the ground cover on this and cut it to match as well as we could. So we're just going to unfold that, and that'll be a nice covering for our floor.
Should look nice.
Keep the dirt out of here.
Look what Tina got for Mother's Day.
My kids got me a King Camp blow-up couch from Costco. I'm going to blow it up with the same inflator I used for the tent. Same connector and everything.
Well, okay, about an hour setup. Kind of let you take a quick look. Tent's looking real good. I don't know if you can see through the screen the way the sun is, but we'll be showing that as we go on. See, we got our bathroom set up. Screen back. There's a big site. Really big, really nice. We're gonna go get something to eat. We didn't bring a lot of food.
I'm starving.
And
we
we're
brought
gonna,
enough, but we did enough work today.
yep, we did enough work. We're gonna go check things out. And we know we're close enough to gas stations, town and stuff. And that's part of the fun of it. Let's go.
Let's go check it out.
There we go, Club 37. There you got the main road coming in, and there's a trail right across the street. Cool thing is there's kind of a trailhead right there. At least you can park. You can see the trailers there, a couple riders out today. We're gonna go on in and get lunch. We haven't eaten yet today, so we got our campsite all set up.
About 2:30 in the afternoon and we haven't eaten yet.
There we go. Sitting in Club 37. Hey, Dusty Bean.
Seeing what looks good. No, I'm gonna get a blue moon. We're at Club 37 in Luther. We both got the special, which is honey fried chicken. I got fries, Bob got a baked potato. But look how big these plates of food are. Pretty impressive. Can't wait to try it. We also had a salad with it.
Pretty good. Not bad
Really good.
for a trailside stop. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
And it's great. Great location. These trails and everything, it's phenomenal through here.
Driving down the road after dinner and we needed firewood. Saw this on the side of the road. $20 for this oak, and this is $20 a section. Look at all that.
Jeez.
20 bucks.
It's a lot of wood.
Wow, we're off to a great stay here. My quad's been having a few problems. Time to take it out for a test ride.
So I'm going to go out now and check it out, and I'll let you know. This is the ride here to see if all our repairs worked. So we're heading right out from the campsite to get out and run this thing just a little bit to see if that rectifier is working. Check this out. This is right in the campground. There I am cruising from our campsite down the road, and right here, right out of it, to the Little Manistee ORV trail, right out of the campground. That's so cool. Nice trail coming right out. Nice connector to the ORV route is what it looks like it is. Got a little bridge right outside the campground with the river. See down there? That must be the river that runs back behind. Ooh, all kinds of stuff going on here. Look, you got a trail going that way, that way. We're at a four-way stop. Maybe an eighth of a mile down. Got North Kings Highway, Marathon gas station right there. You just stop over and get some gas, you got it. Right outside the campground at the Marathon, it's talking about the Loggers Landing Restaurant and Bar in Luther. 2.5 miles away only from here, so we'll be going there for sure. Riding the route north of the campground, heading towards M37. Nice route here, relatively smooth, little whooped out here and there, not bad. Well, we're just going to go for a little stroll through the campground.
It's beautiful here. The campsites are huge. I hear a lot of birds. It's really peaceful. The weather's perfect. Sun shining. Life is good today.
This is a really nice campground. We're at Carrieville State Forest Campground. It's really, really nice.
A lot of big, tall pines, beautiful campsites, natural barriers, and rocks in between.
Got all those big pines. So we like to walk around a little bit just to check the place out on foot. Here's sites 16 to 20 to the right.
Oops, sorry.
21 to 23 to the straight. There's the well pump.
Let's check out the water.
Word on the street is it has nice, clean water coming out of it. We don't know if it's true, but
I read it online, so it has to be the facts.
word on the street. Yeah, it does. Water looks really clean from what we can see.
It doesn't look orange at all.
No?
Huh, awesome.
Cool. So we're towards the beginning of the campground. Right up there, the camera's showing it's where you pay. And there's another well pump.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
A lot of outhouses in here, a lot of parking. The campsites are very big, and they did a good job using natural barriers and these huge boulders separating them. A few of them are kind of close to each other if you had a group, but for the most part, they're really big, nice private campsites.
All right, here we go into the loop with sites 7 to 13. 14 to 23 is down that way.
This campground's kind of unique in that it has a lot of little nooks and crannies, but it's good for walking, and I always like that.
Look how cool that is. We love it when you get the big pines. And it's just so barren under there. You can see through there, see our screen porch and our car. we're going this way, just checking these sites out. This is a nice one too.
They're big.
So just a couple sites away, you can see there's a connector for ATVs or motorcycles only. Just takes you out to the Little Manistee Trail.
It's pretty cool how close of a walk it is. Here's a site right next to the trail. Wasn't quite the size we needed, so we just went a couple down. Campground's almost empty.
There's our site.
Site 13.
Site 13.
You can see the big boulders.
Boulders marking in. It's a huge site, nice and private.
Beautiful back here.
First night here, we've had a good dinner. We're sitting around, just kind of hanging out. Went for a nice ride. Got everything all set up. Got the tent all set up. Gotta love this tent. It's really growing on us. Not that we didn't like it. It's just an inflatable tent. It's such
There's so much you can do with it.
hard concept to grasp, right?
We did get a rug at Home Depot. Wasn't very expensive. Just one of the by the foot, whatever, outdoor rugs.
It's our couch, inflatable couch Tina got as a gift.
That was my Mother's Day present for my kids.
Heater, because it might get cold tonight. Just beautiful.
It's our first morning of this trip here at Carrieville Campground. It was a great night last night. We had a pretty big fire. We still have a lot of firewood left. Just drinking my electrolytes, getting ready for the day. Probably going to head out and go get breakfast out at Loggers, I believe it's called. Yeah, see what they have. We didn't get a whole lot of filming in last night because we were too busy enjoying our evening. Welcome to Luther. Let's go have breakfast at Loggers Landing.
Down to Luther.
Let's check it out.
There it is.
This is a whole town.
The whole town. So we're going to go into Loggers Landing and have breakfast before we ride for the day. There it is, Loggers Landing in Luther. How cool is that?
Okay, we might get just a little too excited when we visit these restaurants. This was excellent. We visited Loggers Landing many times while we were camping on this trip.
Great breakfast at Loggers Landing in Luther, and we're getting ready to head over to the Little O, check out the trails, see what they're like this morning. It's Friday morning. We're hoping it's not going to be very crowded.
So we're just leaving the campsite and we're going over to the Little O. So it was 8.5 miles from the Carrieville State Forest Campground to the parking lot for the 50-inch or less Little O Trail. So 8.5 miles, we rode that. This is the trailhead. It's paved, pretty good size. Bathroom over there.
8.5 miles on like a snowmobile route. So it's a little dusty.
A little dusty, pretty for a route.
Very pretty.
But yeah, it is dusty. So if you're leading, you're okay. But everybody else, you got to spread out. So now we're getting ready to hit the Little O Trail. It's a 41-mile loop. So the connectors coming in from here. When you leave this parking lot, there's a little fence there that keeps you at 50 inches or less, and let's go hit that route. Here's the connector trail coming right out of the trailhead parking lot off M37 for going into the Little O.
Just getting ready to ride the Little O.
41 miles, here we come. The entrance right here shows you the ATV, dirt bike, got the post there keeping you 50 inch or less, and here we go, the beginning of the Little O. 41 miles now. Yeah, a little whooped out at the beginning, but not bad. Pretty much to be expected in the highest traffic spot. Let's see, we're about 2 miles in. There's a connector from the parking lot. Then when you get to the loop, we went to the right. So probably a total 2 miles in. The first couple miles has sections of huge whoops. Just huge ones. Like here it's starting to get level, but there's some other spots that are huge. We're hoping these get less and less as we get deeper in. About 3 miles in, Look at this, is beautiful, beautiful forest. Pretty warm day today. It's really shaded back here. You can really see, so it's a high canopy. Very high canopy forest in here. You can just see all around you, really nice. Right here is where the connector comes out. That over there is a sign. It shows this is a loop. So you can go this way, 41-mile loop it says, and you'll come out here, or go this way and go that way. The sign says it's two-way traffic. Be ready for it. Now we're getting ready to do the loop. We jumped on a route here for just a little bit. Nice ride. Beautiful forest. The little O just has these huge whoops on them. Not the little washboard ones. And they're just, it's been consistent so far in the first 5 or 6 miles. So we're jumping off and we're going to just do sections of it. Club 37. Riding into Club 37 right from the trail. Pretty cool. We ate here yesterday. There's the trail right across the street. We'll be ready to cross. Just ran over to the Marathon gas station, got us each an ice cream, and they gave us the cones on the side. We got nice strawberry cheesecake here, good amount of it, and then this is the mint chocolate chip.
Cool.
Now we got to get a spoon and scoop it into our cones.
Bob was going to get a part to fix his quad. He was fixing, I don't know, their endoplasmic reticulum. He was fixing a part on his quad that he thinks is messing up again. We're going to make some dinner by the fire tonight. We're just going to put some stuff in this little grate and cook it over the coals. I think it'll be pretty good. It's just some chicken sausage and onion. I wish I had some peppers, but this will work. Bob's pitching in, helping cook dinner. Come along. Just a pretty simple dinner. Onions and some chicken sausage, but it's really tasty. The onions really grilled up nice. We both had some leftover chicken from dinner last night, so we're just heating it up tonight to have for a little late night snack. It was honey fried chicken. It was delicious. I think heating it up this way is going to be nice and crispy. It's pretty dark. We were just cleaning up for the night. It's supposed to rain, so we put our chairs and everything inside this greenhouse, keep them dry. Not sure if you could tell how pretty the campsite looks right now, but it's kind of glowing. It's really peaceful. We have a fire going. Good morning. Just having our morning coffee, hanging out in the tent. It's a little bit chilly out, so Bob turned the heater on. We finally pulled ourselves out of bed and got the coffee going. You can see it's about, let's see, 53 degrees outside, and it's 68 in here, so we don't even have the rain fly on the tent. We're just using our buddy heater. Keeping it nice and warm when you first get out of bed, get that coffee going. We had a great morning just kind of hanging out at the campsite. We're headed to Baldwin to grab some breakfast. One of the quads isn't running right, so we need to grab a couple of tools that we need to see what we get back up and running. And we're just going to enjoy the day, see what's out there. Check Baldwin out.
Yep, get a couple tools, have breakfast, look around Baldwin a little bit. Good riding mecca spot for the area.
Yeah, we had a great dinner last night cooking it over the fire, so we're going to be lazy this morning and go get breakfast. As we mentioned, Bob's quad having a little bit of a hiccup, so we ran into the Ace Hardware in Baldwin, Michigan to grab a little bit of tools that we needed. Really nice hardware store. It sounds funny, but it's probably the nicest hardware store I've ever been in. Check it out.
Good prices too.
Yeah.
Here we are getting some shirts. We're in Baldwin.
What size did you get, babe?
We got a small and 2 mediums over here right now.
They're 2, 3, and 4. That's okay. Here we
We're in a gift shop in Baldwin. We just stopped at Fox Sports. It says Peacock out there on the outside. Fox Sports. So we wanted to take a quick look around. My ATV is screwing up just a little bit, so we bought some tools, but it doesn't hurt to stop in here either.
We just want to see what they have.
Well, back at M37, or Club 37, I should say, just off M37.
Yeah, it was great the other night. That honey fried chicken was good.
The food here was excellent, and the place we just went to was like a little diner, kind of like a Subway almost.
Yeah, it was just like a sandwich. Uh-oh.
So we decided we're gonna run into Club 37 instead. We came here our first night and haven't even eaten yet today, but oh, here it goes, opens at noon.
Bob's Machine's having a little issue. Let's see, we got a little shop set up here at camp. We're gonna change the spark plug, see if that helps.
That one wasn't bad. We got one more to go. Now getting to the last night of our stay here at Carrieville State Forest Campground. It is 100% chance of rain coming. We have all that firewood, my ATV screwing up, and we decided if we get a hot enough fire now, we can sit in the screen room and rain shouldn't put it out. So that's kind of our plan. We got everything cleaned up just a little, and we have enough food to just kind of cook over the fire or something and then take it from there.
We're sitting around a campfire, quote unquote, because we're sitting in our screen house. It's raining pretty hard. We're going to enjoy the fire. We've got a stack of firewood sitting there over under the tarp, and we're going to make the best of it.
Sitting in our screen room, enjoying our last evening here. It's raining. We got a nice fire going.
So we were listening to some really good music we can't have on camera, otherwise we can't put on YouTube, but listen to the rain, it's great.
Just waking up. Rained for about 10 hours on us. Tent stayed nice and dry. Everything is soaked. Well, it's a bit of a mess in here. Good morning, brewing coffee. Rained from about 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. pretty hard. Enough to put out a hot fire. So everything is soaked this morning. It's a beautiful morning today, though. It's going to be nice in the 70-degree area, 75 degrees and sunny. So everything can dry out a bit before we pack, and we'll just hang out for a bit.
Go have some breakfast.
Yep. We're back. It's the day we're leaving, but our stuff is so wet that we're going to go to Loggers Landing again, have breakfast. We're in Luther. Very ATV friendly, small little town, sign there, and there's a place right next door called the North Bar. Haven't made our way in there yet, but we've been in here and we loved it, so we're going back into Loggers Landing.
We're packing up, getting ready to leave after about 10 hours of rain. Tent did great, stayed very dry. For the most part, we didn't even have the rain fly on it, so some water did get under it. We're kind of drying things out, getting loaded up. With that being said, we had a great time at Carrieville State Campground. Is it State Forest Campground? One or the other. It's beautiful campsites. They're big. As you can see, it's heavily wooded. Nice barriers between campsites for privacy. We really enjoyed our stay here.
After the rain, we got some pretty good puddles. The end of our trip, we're mostly packed, but I'm just out testing the machine just to make sure it's still running right. And it's been perfect so far. Some pretty good puddles right now. It rained a lot yesterday. It's a Sunday, and there's really just nobody out.
Had a great trip. We even went on a really fun rip today because it rained for like 10 hours straight last night. Tent got a little bit dirty, but the trails were nice and had a lot of puddles, no dust, but the sound that ends every trip.
There it goes.
Just pulling out of Carrieville Lake State Forest Campground. We had a great time. Beautiful campsite. All the campsites are really big. We had a great time.